Good morning, VC. I got some vinyl to show you today. Not a whole heck of a lot, but some things I bought for filler, and other things that aren't so filler, that are killer. This is the first time I've ever had a beverage involved in any of my videos. I noticed there's a trend happening here. Some strong bean juice here. French roast, really, really delicious and dark and smoky. Anyway, so yeah, I've been on kind of a kick here lately, a Nick Drake kick. There was a time in my life where I couldn't listen to his music because it reminded me of, things. A lot of you know some of my history here, and I correlated Nick Drake's music with kind of the way I was feeling there for a time in my life. And there was a time where I couldn't listen to Nick Drake's music. A couple of years went by before I could even put on a Nick Drake album. But I'm better with that now, obviously. So I've been listening to him like crazy and just trying to figure him out, I guess. You know what I mean? His music is just so. Not all of it's dark, but some of it is, and it's you hear something like that and you try to figure out what's going on in this person's head. So that being said, I have another Nick Drake piece, but I'm not going to show you till later in the video. There's some pieces here that I'm about to show you that are just, like I said, for filler. And I'm going to get started. Nat King Cole. Unforgettable. I got it just for that one song. Found it at Antique Shop for $1. It's okay. It's a Starline edition. Vinyl's really clean. Maybe I'll listen to it one day. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I bought this just for kicks because I think it's a great piece of pop culture history. Dollar Find, The War of the Worlds, the entire broadcast, on vinyl. Just to have a great piece of, like I said, pop culture history. Frightened America right here. People thought this was real, but aliens really didn't invade, unless we've already been invaded. We just don't know. I don't know. Here's a record I got. It's a promo copy. I found it at the Salvation Army thrift store. Paul Butterfield, North South. It's a promo. Maybe I'll listen to it. I don't know a lot about this record, but it's a great way to, kind of get some extra vinyl. I've been kind of rotating my stock, I guess you can say. I've pulled out some records that I'm going to get rid of, so I'm probably going to give the VC first opportunity on some of them. Like I said, I'm still going through them here, so. This one, just because I don't really have a lot of James Taylor in my collection. I have Sweet Baby James, and then this is the Greatest Hits compilation right here. And I'll have every Jethro Tull I'll ever possibly need. Jethro Tull War Child. Some ringwear. This one I've seen in some other posts. Thick as a brick. Thick as a brick. Living in the Past, Jethro Tull. I have Aqualung on the Pink Rim Island label, original press. But, these were cheap, only $1, so I thought I'd get them. Now, this is interesting. I have a German copy of this record, and it's mint, but I bought this because it was $1, and it's a promo copy. Willie Nelson, Stardust. This is one of his, I guess you could say, classic albums. Yeah, it's got a white label there. The vinyl's pretty clean. The jacket's kind of shot, but. And this is probably a bit of a, I don't want to say a low point in the Bruce Springsteen's career, but I mean, I like some of the songs in this record. A lot of people say it's probably one of his weakest albums, but Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. I've actually owned other copies of this album before. Got rid of them, don't know why. Yeah, Tunnel of Love, and what else is on here that I recognize? Well, anyway, you get the drift. Tunnel of Love is on this record. Big production. What else do we have here? Okay, this is just an essential piece, and it's really, really clean, and I'm glad I found it because, you can find these everywhere, and they're usually pretty trashed and just beat to crap, but this is Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. gotta have this record. You know what I mean? It's just one of those essentials that you gotta have. Folsom Prison Blues, Cocaine Blues, Orange Blossom Special. Just some classic songs in this. This next piece here, I got excited when I found this because I almost bought a reissue of this. For like $30. It was 108 gram, obviously, whatever, yada yada yada. But since this was in really great shape and it was only $1, I much prefer to have the originals in that case. Graham Nash, Songs for Beginners. Now this has the song, the first song I ever recognized off this album was called Simple Man. I am a simple man, I play a simple tune. He wrote it about Joni Mitchell. He was in love with her. They had a relationship, and then she dumped him. He took it kind of hard. He wanted to marry her and have children and have a whole family, the picket fence and all that. But, yeah. Believe it or not, the first time I ever heard that song was Bon Iver covering it on a YouTube video. But it's a great song, and since then I've wanted to get this album. And I got it. Original. Now this one I showed in Jim the Miss's video, the Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. I have another copy of this album. I'll show it again. The vinyl is just absolutely mints. The original press, first pressing. Couldn't be happier about it. And I also showed that it came with the original postcards too. All 12 of them. They're all intact. So this is kind of a hard find. I'm sure people actually used the postcards like back in the day when this album came out. Like, hey, I'm going to send my cousin Rick a postcard. Rolling Stones! Well, this person didn't. I paid $17.50 for this record, and sometimes you want to go and find a record like this for like $1 or $2 or something. You know what I mean? Really cheap. People don't know any better. People don't think vinyl was worth anything. But this person kind of had a good idea of how much some of his records were worth. So it's a great clean copy, and it sounds immaculate. Pretty sweet. But this next one is the final record I'm going to show you. But this is kind of like the icing on the cake for me. Nick Drake, Time of No Reply. Now this album features some alternate versions of familiar songs released off 5 Leaves Left, or I'm not exactly sure what other albums, but I mean there's some great songs on this album, and there's some alternate takes and some home demos. The song Black Eyed Dog is on here, and many of you probably recognize that song. This album still has the shrink wrap on it. And I think this was originally released as part of the Fruit Tree box set, the original Hannibal one. Because this album is on the Hannibal label. I'll show you. The vinyl is just immaculate. It sounds unbelievable. Get a good look at that. You can see how clean that is, too. Just not a tick or a pop or sound of dust or anything on this thing, man. It sounds amazing. But, like I said, I've been on a Nick Drake kick lately, and I've been listening to a lot of his music. I know some reissues apparently are going to be coming out, but I don't know when, and who knows. I have 5 Leaves Left and Brighter Later. 5 Leaves Left, I think it's supposed to be a simply vinyl reissue, but I've done some research because I noticed the sound of it wasn't that great, and there's people talking about how great the simply vinyl reissues actually sound, but this one sounds like crap. So I'm assuming I got a bootleg or a counterfeit, because the Nick Drake albums are, to get a good clean copy, it's you spend a little bit of money to find those. But I actually got this one off eBay, and I got it for about $20, which is, I think, is a pretty good deal considering I've seen some of these go for like $75, $80. And the condition that it's in, it's just amazing. And I noticed a few things off this record, too, and I just wanted to share that with you. First track on side 2, The Thoughts of Mary Jane. There's a guitar player. What's his name? I had it pulled up here. Richard Thompson. on this album. He's just adding some ambiance to the song. But when I first heard it, I was like, God, that sounds like Nels Cline. This guitar player sounds like Nels Cline. Nels Cline is an avant-garde jazz guitar player, and he's also the current, I guess you could say, lead guitar player in Wilco. But I was like, wow. So I kind of just did some research, and I noticed that Richard Thompson is has been a big influence on Nels Cline. So kind of interesting little tidbit. What other songs are on here? I'm just going to read them all off for you. Time of No Reply, which is an amazing song. I Was Made to Love Magic, Joey, Clothes of Sand, Man in a Shed, Mayfair, Fly, Thoughts of Mary Jane, Been Smoking Too Long. Kind of a home demo. It's kind of a dark, bluesy kind of tune. Strange Meeting 2, Rider on the Wheel, Black Eyed Dog. No, that's just a classic Nick Drake song. Hanging on a Star and Voice from a Mountain. Man in a Shed and The Thoughts of Mary Jane appear here in earlier versions than those on Five Leaves Left, which is really cool. These are alternate versions of the song, and I think these are amazing. Yeah, I need to get more Nick Drake on vinyl. I know there's like Heaven and a Wildflower compilation. I need to get a copy of Pink Moon. I mean, this is just killing me. I'm really, really... That's like the only record I actually desire right now. You know how you go through those phases. I really desire a copy of that album, Pink Moon. I will not rest till I get one. I've been trying to, good luck, finding one while crate digging. I mean, it's highly unlikely. I've been searching eBay and Discogs, and I'm just trying to find the right price and trying to bid snipe people. You know what I mean? It's just not happening. But I will get there. I will get one. So if any of you have one you want to part with, even if it's kind of like, decent shape, tolerable listening experience, if it's not in the best shape, if you want to sell, if you want to trade, I got some stuff that I could trade, that I could part with, that, I really don't listen to that much. I mean, just, send me a message if there's anything. And, Heaven and a Wildflower, there's other compilations out there that I like to get. The titles kind of elude me right now, but I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. There's other compilations that I'd like to get too, just for the sake of having them in my collection, because I'm a fan. So let me know. I'm tired of sitting in front of eBay and searching the web for a clean copy, and I don't want to run the risk of getting another bootleg or counterfeit. So yeah, if anybody wants to trade anything, just let me know. And I'm deliberately doing this video up here upstairs without music spinning in the background, because most of my uploads lately, when I do have a record going in the background, I don't know, man. Like Google's detection software for music must be just amazing, because every time I upload a video, it says match third-party content. I know you don't have to worry really about that. I just don't want to run the risk of having my videos blocked, all over the world, I guess you could say, because some have been blocked, and I can't, people in the United States or, the United Kingdom or Australia, they can't even view those videos because of the music that's playing in the background, which really kind of sucks, because, we're not posting videos about just, record spinning, or just, where you can just go to YouTube and find a song and listen to it. We're not doing that. We're talking about the music. We're sharing our love for the music, and they're blocking some of those, and that kind of sucks. I wish there was something we could do about that, but I doubt it. Anyway, yeah, this is some recent vinyl finds. I got another piece coming in the mail here too that I'm really excited about. I got a Tom Waits album coming, Heart Attack and Vine. Great album. Can't wait to talk about that one and show it to you, because the first time I heard that album, which was recently, within the past few months, it was almost like kind of like a religious experience. I'm like, man, this guy is awesome. I've listened to Tom Waits before, but never that album, and that album just kind of knocked my socks off. So, leave me some comments, say hello. Nice to see you guys again. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day.